Hey y'all, this is Coach K. We just got through baking some delicious alkaline electric. I don't know, what can we call them, y'all? Y'all give me a name for them. They are tahini, walnut, blueberry cookies, but what do y'all want to call them? Y'all name the cookies. I'm gonna let y'all do it, okay? But y'all, they look so delicious. I mean, like, this was like a total experiment. Can y'all see that? This was a total experiment. So we're about to bite into this. It's had about 10-15 minutes or so to cool, and so I want to bite into it, break into it, and let's enjoy it together. Y'all show me what y'all cookies look like too. It smells amazing, by the way. But before we do that, real quick, I just want to talk about the benefits of the 90 to new challenge. Okay, a lot of y'all, we think that oh, I'm gonna go 10 days with no food, or not food, I'm gonna go 10 days with no meat, and then you're still eating the pasta, the rice, the potatoes, sugar, like the traditional sugar, all of those things. They're not good for us, okay? The traditional American diet is not healthy for our bodies. And when we take away those things, for even taking away all of it for just a short period of time, like for example, 5 days, 10 days, yes. Is it beneficial? Absolutely. It is beneficial. But if you're aiming to remove brain fog, arthritis, like slow movement in your joints, other things such as even like asthma, being asthmatic, that can be removed with alkaline eating, guys. So when we break down what exactly is alkaline, everything in the planet has a negative and a positive, right? Including the human body. Okay, so what we have learned from the teachings of those such as, and it's not even just Dr. Sebi. There's Dr. Sebi, there's Dr. Robert Morse, there is actually even not, he's not new, but there is a younger doctor that's out there, and he is literally board certified. He used to work for the actual FDA, y'all. And his name is Dr. Bobby Small. I'm sorry, Bobby Price. Excuse me. Dr. Bobby Price, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. We'd love to have you on our show, but I have to give props to these men because Dr. Sebi was a pioneer of it, and really, truth be told, he took the blunt of the getting the word out there, so much so to where he lost his life behind it. Okay, and so alkaline eating is literally a cure to the human body. When you have headaches and you don't know where these headaches are coming from, as Tabitha Brown spoke about, those headaches were coming from the source of the traditional American diet of the food. Okay, but it's great to be a vegan. That's a great step to take. But unfortunately, being a vegan, it is still going to incorporate all of the the pastas and the noodles and rice and things of that nature, all of the bread still, or the traditional bread. What Dr. Sebi and Dr. Bobby Price, all of these doctors that I spoke in reference to, what they have researched and figured out is that when you eat quote unquote God-given foods, our original foods that we came to the planet with, not the foods that human beings created. Peanut butter wasn't created. It was created. It's a hybrid food. Unfortunately, much as I love peanut butter, it is a hybrid food. When we think about kiwi is a hybrid fruit. Okay, So we want to remove all of the hybrid, my battery is low, y'all, I'm sorry. We want to remove all of the hybrid foods, all of the starchy foods, and we're going to be going over this here very soon. But the reason I'm bringing all of this up is because the 90 to new means that we're going to be taking this in 90-day increments. Why 90? 90 days gives your body enough time to actually see physical results, not even just in your movement, in your brain, in your thinking, even in your skin, guys. Okay, 90 days gives your body enough to see some visible results. Now, will you cure a whole illness in 90 days? Some of us will. And you know, some of us may need additional herbs. Or you know, the reason I'm saying 90-day increments is because if you've had arthritis, or if you've had high blood pressure for 10 years out of your life, and you've been eating, you know, hog mouths, pig feet, and collard greens and beans and rice for 10 years straight, 20 years, 40, 50, 60, 70 years straight, guys, it is going to take more than 90 days in order to clear your body of and bring your body to an alkaline state. But 90-day increments it is enough time to see some actual change. You can feel the brain synapses moving a lot faster. You will see the brain fog clear away in 90 days. You're gonna see your body actually start moving. You're gonna see your bowels actually start moving and like really start processing. Your thoughts are gonna be processing a lot faster in that 90-day time frame when you are consistent. If you need to do a round 2 or a round 3 or a round 4, hey, go for it, okay? But if you need to give yourself a break, I would not say break back to traditional American diet. I would say break by still doing alkaline and incorporating, if you wanted to incorporate maybe like wild caught salmon, because that, you know, even though most of the doctors kind of go against that, but the Mediterranean diet is highly beneficial, okay? If you must go back to meat. But truth be told, after 90 days, I'm pretty sure you are not gonna wanna go back to meat anyways. And if you do, again, really, really try to stay away from the rest of the stuff. Just try to incorporate your wild caught salmon. I'm from Texas. I have a Texas twang. Salmon, however y'all decide to say it, okay? Let's get to this cookie. Let me see. I'm so excited. Y'all, I have not had, because I've already kind of been doing my diet, and even though I'm going to start from day 1 with you guys, it's been a journey. I'm not gonna lie. It is. You have to have the faith, keep the faith, and you really have to have the patience of Jesus to get through this. But this is the reason why I created this. I really want us to become a whole community, so that when you're having weak days or when you're having tired days, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, during the first 2 to 3 weeks of your 90-day journey, guys, your brain, because it's addicted to those foods, your brain actually literally has sometimes emotional breakdowns, and it's normal. It's perfectly normal. It's literally all of these little buggies that are within your body and in your brain, they're fighting to stay alive. So therefore, it can pull you into, sorry y'all, I lost my battery, but anyhow, yes, you literally do go through some highs and some lows emotionally, but don't give up the faith. That's what this community is for. 90 to new, round 1 is here to help you, okay? So I am literally going to be walking through this process with you, and we're gonna just do this thing, okay? We're doing healing, we're doing rejuvenation in our bodies, we are doing all of that and above, okay? Let's get to these cookies. I'm hungry. How about y'all? Let's see. I actually added the rest of them on the plate. This is not all of them, but I want y'all to see what it looks like. I'm gonna just go ahead and share with y'all. It almost kind of looks like a muffin top. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it looks like a muffin top. Let me see. Y'all. This is so good. All I need is some hemp milk. Y'all can do almond milk if you want to. I try to stay away from almonds, but I do have them from time to time. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get started with our cookies, because everybody knows when you're on an alkaline diet, yes, there are cravings, and of course our sea moss helps with that to remove the cravings. But okay, I really got a taste for something sweet, so follow Coach K here. This is just a recipe that I came up with. I'm hoping and praying that it comes out right. We're gonna see, y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I think we're gonna start off first by mixing our wet ingredients. That's where I would like to start. And so I've got some. Let me first off point out all of the ingredients. I have our tahini, we've got some ground ginger, coconut aminos. This is the agave. I've got some coconut sugar. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not, but I'll think about it. I also have some date sugar here. Of course, the spelt flour. I've got some hemp milk and just some good old walnuts here. The reason that I'm using tahini butter is because as an alkaline electrician, guys, we want to have our bodies to be alkaline. So we do not use peanut butter. Peanut butter is like out of the question, okay? So we're going to use something that was created, and it to be natural. I just bought a brand new thing of tahini butter, and as y'all can see, look at this. Tahini butter does sort of similarly to the same thing as what peanut butter does. It separates. So we are going to have to stir that up and give that a good mix before we add that into our bowl. I'm going to move some of these ingredients out of the way. And let's just stir this around and give it a good mix. It is rather thick, y'all, so just in anticipate really working it in, because it's okay, y'all. I am back. That tahini was so tough to stir and get workable, but it is still a little bit clumpy. But can y'all see the consistency here? It's it's similar to a peanut butter consistency, but this was about the best that I could get it after stirring out all of the lumps, or stirring out stirring the oil that had separated. So we're going to go ahead and add in two-thirds of a cup. So let's get that going. I don't have a like a 2/3 cup, so I'm just gonna kind of separate it here into 1/3 and then actually just pour it in. Yeah, it's a little messy. So we'll try our best here. So this is almost 1/3. So that's 1/3. Okay. So we are still working with the tahini, getting the tahini added. Guys, tahini butter is really great for you because it's made out of sesame seeds, and sesame seeds is so much better as an alkaline food versus peanut butter. We never want to eat anything like any peanuts, because peanuts, number one, first of all, for those of us who are trying to lose weight, or those of us trying to lose weight and manage our inflammation, it is terrible for that. Peanut butter literally adds inflammation to your stomach. So you definitely want to stay away from the peanut butter here while you're on this 90-day journey. And peanuts. I know a lot of us like to snack, we like to do trail mix and things like that, but we are going to strictly utilize the alkaline methods here. So that's our tahini. The next thing that we are going to add in our wet ingredients is 2/3 cup of agave. Actually, no, I think I'm going to just do like 4 to 6 tablespoons of agave. I think that'll work. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 tablespoons. Like I said, y'all, I'm experimenting here. We're gonna just see how they come out and how they taste afterwards. And I'll let y'all know. Y'all get to actually see me create this, and hopefully and prayerfully it comes out tasting really well. So hey, we're learning together as we go along. So I have the 4 to 6 tablespoons of agave, and this is our tahini and the agave so far. The next thing that we're going to add, we have some more wet ingredients here. Let's go ahead and add our we need some grapeseed oil. Oh, and we also need salt, y'all. How we gonna have cookies with no salt? So let's get the salt here. And I think maybe like a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt should be fine. But I've got a tablespoon here, so I'm just gonna kind of, there we go, kind of just measure a little bit, not too much, okay? So we've got the salt added, we've got the tahini added, we've got the agave. We also need our avocado oil because we do need fat when it comes to tahini. So we are going to add maybe not too much, maybe like 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. And I thought that I had that out, but here we go. Just because we are going to be incorporating the tahini with the spelt, so just gonna add just 3. That was like maybe 2.5. All right. So that's our 3 tablespoons of the avocado oil. And we're gonna just sit that over to the side. We also need to add our coconut aminos. And I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of that. So that's our coconut aminos. And what else, guys, as the wet ingredients need to be added? I think that's it. Oh, I'm actually gonna add in just a 1/4 cup of hemp milk. Guys, in an earlier video, I talked about hemp milk and the benefits of that. I don't use almond milk. I actually use hemp milk because, first of all, hemp is not the same as weed. I know that there's a big to-do about the weed and hemp. Although they are in the same family, hemp is not the same thing as weed. So you're not going to get high with these cookies, okay? Although it is highly Ayurvedic, so just an FYI. So that was just a 1/4 cup of hemp milk. And now we are going to start working with our dry ingredients. I actually want to kind of give this just a quick stir, just to kind of get it worked in really well. Just a quick stir, not too much. Okay, now we're going to, at this point, just trying to make sure that I have the last little clumps of tahini kind of mushed in and stirred pretty well, because the tahini had clumped up a little bit. So just giving it a quick stir, and then after that we're going to go ahead and work it in with our dry ingredients. I totally should have used like a whisk for this, but hey, you know what? We are working it out. It's okay. We just gonna make it work. So anyhow, so now the next thing that we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna add our dry ingredients. And our dry ingredients are going to consist of the spelt flour, which I actually am going to sift that in. So before I add the spelt flour, I'd like to go ahead and add my date sugar and a little bit of ginger, okay? Not too much ginger, just a touch, because as y'all know, ginger is very powerful, and it really is very helpful with helping to cleanse the human body, okay? So let's see here. As far as it goes for ginger, I think I'm gonna just do like maybe 1 teaspoon of ginger. So let's see here. I'm just gonna use a tablespoon and just kind of halving it, since I already have my tablespoon out. And I think that's more than enough. These measurements that I'm using, guys, they're approximate. Like, you don't have to be like perfect Patsy in order to get this done. These are, like I said, you season according to, when we're doing this cooking, you're gonna season according to how you feel and what you think it would taste better as. This is just a, hopefully, a measure to go along. So this is our date sugar. What I was doing was pinching the bag to kind of move some of the clumps around, make sure that it was good and loose. But I'm actually gonna just put a little bit of date sugar there. As far as our date sugar, I'm thinking that, actually, I'm gonna do like, I feel like a half a cup of date sugar, because we already have the agave there. No, actually, maybe I'll do a full cup. Maybe a half cup. I'll do a half cup, guys. This is a half a cup of date sugar. So we're gonna do half a cup of date sugar, and then we're gonna also do a quarter cup of the coconut sugar here. Let me get this rinsed out, and I will be right back. Okay, y'all, so again, we have our kind of our dry ingredients so far on top of our wet ingredients, just kind of showing you what we're using. And then we have our coconut palm sugar here. I'm actually going to use, I think a quarter cup will be good of the coconut palm sugar. Just trying to get a full quarter cup here together. As you can see, I'm gonna just pour that right on in there. And then when it comes to our spelt, we're actually gonna sift the spelt flour. And I'm gonna do it like quarter cup increments at a time, versus just like dumping it all in, right? Actually, let's do it half cup at a time, and that way we can kind of now what I want to do is, because like I said, y'all, this is an experiment, yes, and we are experimenting together. So I'm going to go ahead and try to work this in and see what consistency it has so far. All right, so definitely are going to okay, kind of starting to have a cookie consistency here. Can y'all see that? We're working it in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this worked in really, really well, and I'm gonna be right back with y'all, okay? Okay, y'all, so this was some work, but we got it all stirred together and incorporated pretty well. Got most of the lumps and clumps out. This is a really pretty thick cookie, y'all. So some really thick cookie dough. I might add a little bit of hemp milk in here just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. It's really thick, dude. It's super thick. I think I need to add a little bit of more hemp milk to it. So let's kind of add, I feel like this is a quarter cup. So I added like the majority of that to see if we can get this to loosen. And I am just going to stir a little bit more just to incorporate that hemp milk in. That's perfect. Now I feel like we're getting to the consistency that we need to be. It was really thick at first, guys. Whew. That was super thick. We definitely didn't need that. All right. Now, once we have our consistency, I actually did kind of toast some walnuts. So I'm gonna add the walnuts in. And I also thought about adding some blueberries as well. But blueberries are very sensitive, y'all. So these toasted walnuts smell so good. The toasted blueberries are very sensitive. So what we're going to do is we're actually just gonna drop them on the cookie sheet in our specific spot. And, you know, just place the dough right on top, okay? So let's get all of this cleared off. I'm gonna move our spelt, and I'm gonna bring over, I actually have just a little pan that I've put some parchment paper in. And so let's get our blueberries dropped in each respective spot. And I might drop a few on top as well. So I did our berries like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different spots. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's the way that looks. And we're just gonna drop the cookie dough like right on top. Now this is not perfect, but I don't want it to be super huge, but just gonna kind of drop a dollop right there on top. And we're scooping the next one. And what I'm doing is just kind of trying to move it around in a circular motion so it has the shape of a cookie, sort of. And we'll do our next one. We are almost done with getting these. And there, I mean, you know, guys, like I said, this was really just one big experiment. And I'm really hoping that it's gonna turn out beautiful. The cookie shape ain't gotta be perfect. I don't have a piping bag to like pipe it on top of the berries or anything. So I'm just, you know, hey, we're just making it work. I'm hoping that I have enough space in between because, dude, it's got a lot of, try not to make them so huge. And I think I'll just do this last one in the corner over here. And because I'm trying not to get the cookies too close, this is what they look like. I'm actually gonna take those last 4 berries and just place them right on top of some of the other cookies. Because I don't want them to be like not having enough space to bake completely. So, ta-da, there we go. And that's what they look like. So we're gonna plop these into the oven, and I have the oven on 350. I am hoping that they turn out really, really well, and I'll let you see what they look like after they finish. All right, guys, so I just want to show y'all what the finished product actually winds up looking like. Can y'all see that really well? These are all of the cookies, and we do need to still let them cool, but I think they came out really amazing looking. How about y'all? I am actually gonna sample one in just a minute, but I wanna let it cool down. I'll be right back.